All right, we'll take a look at your holiday weekend forecast here in just a second. But first things first, let's talk about the tropics. And fortunately, things are looking quiet out of the Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean, and Western Atlantic. The Hurricane Center watching one area, though, and notice that the clouds are really ripping along here, indicating some strong upper-level wind shear. Only a 10% chance of this developing here over the next 5 days. We do not anticipate further development out of this as it moves off towards the north and east. We'll keep an eye on it nonetheless, though, but does not look like it's going to be an issue. But what we are going to be watching is into next week, something that we call the Saharan air layer, or a big batch of Saharan dust, now making its way across the Atlantic, indicated by these darker orange colors here. Some of it already making its way into the Lesser Antilles. As we go through the weekend and into next week, notice how the smoke, not the smoke plume, but the dust plume eventually makes its way across the Caribbean. And then by the time we head towards the middle to end part of the week next week, much of this dust is going to start encompassing the southern U.S., including the state of Florida. So what does that mean for us? Well, it helps to suppress the development of tropical systems, and it also provides us with some great sunsets. So be sure to look out for that here by the time we head towards the middle to end of next week. Should have some spectacular sunsets as a result of that extra dust in the air. We did have some storms this afternoon. It's had some flash flooding over in West Palm Beach this afternoon, but looks like most of the storms, though, were inland, and they've started to wind down here for tonight. Temperatures now into the mid to upper 70s to lower 80s. Looks like that's where we'll be to start the day tomorrow, into the 70s for most areas. Partly cloudy skies, scattered thunderstorms again developing here for tomorrow afternoon. Temperatures topping out near 90 degrees here in most areas. I do think we'll see a little bit more sunshine, at least for most of the day, than what we saw this afternoon. It was kind of cloudy this morning, but the storms again developed this afternoon. You can see the real big storms that develop over into parts of Broward and Palm Beach County earlier this evening. Those have since dissipated, so it looks like our pattern for really the weekend is going to consist of afternoon and evening storms with morning sunshine. You can see them flaring up here on Predictor during the afternoon with the Gulf sea breeze. Most of them will be staying inland as the afternoon and evening goes on. Could see a pushback towards the coast before the sun goes down. And then for Father's Day, Sunday, could see a couple of morning showers near the coast, and then storm chances will gradually push inland as the Gulf sea breeze moves in during the afternoon. Looks like those chances, though, will be a little bit higher across inland areas during the second half of the day. Father's Day forecast, again, highs around 90 with scattered afternoon and evening storms, so overall not looking too bad here for the weekend. Partly cloudy tonight, 73 your overnight low temperature with a calm wind, and then 90 tomorrow. Winds becoming southwesterly with chances for afternoon and evening showers and storms. Ingman Marine forecast seas 2 feet or less. Inland waters will be smooth with a west wind at 5 to 10 knots here throughout the afternoon. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. You can see the chance for rain each afternoon and evening continues in the next week. The pattern will remain relatively unchanged through next week, with an easterly flow giving us those late afternoon and evening storms, and temperatures topping out near 90 each afternoon.
Thank you, Derek.